Energy rules the world, ladies and gentlemen. Energy rules the world. How's your energy? How's your energy on a day-to-day basis? Think about that. How's your energy? What's your energy level? And is this something you pay attention to? Energy runs the world. Energy, the transference of energy. Some of those things Tony Robbins said in there. Would you rather be around someone in business that's very low energy, very, maybe I'll get there, it's going? Or would you rather be in business with someone that's like, let's move, let's go, I'm excited, let's do this? Like, where would you rather fall? And is that you? In relationships, he gave the example that if if both you and your partner are high energy, you're moving your body, you're excited about life, you have a vision, you're going, you're not letting the negative things and the challenges and the adversities bog you down. How's your relationship? It's probably going to be exciting. It's probably going to be moving in the right direction. It's probably going to be good. But what if, like he said, life is beating you down and both you and your partner are dealing with the negatives and dealing with the down and, right, this isn't happening right and we got this. Where's your relationship going to be? Like he said, good at best, because there's no energy. Energy runs the world. We got to remember that. We got to remember that. And I come across so many people that are low energy. And part of my job of what I have to do is pick their energy up so that they can get the results that they want. I've said this before, but I'll continue to say it to you. It takes energy to go after your dreams. It takes energy to go after your dreams, right? Like we're all on these calls so we can get to our ideal life, so we can get to the life that we deserve, so that, right, we can design the life that we want, that we don't need a break from. Well, guess what it takes? The first thing, it takes energy. It takes energy. And so how do we get that energy? If you're at a level 2 or level 4 of energy, how do you get back your energy? Well, Tony Robbins gave you a great one. Motion creates emotion. Moving your body, how you move your body creates energy. Comes from how you think, comes from what you think about, comes from what you focus on. All of these things give you energy. Do you know the things that take away energy? Most of the things that we do, right? The sitting, the overeating, the drinking, the smoking, right? Those things, they take our energy away. You might get a bolt of energy when you drink or something like that, but then you crash and then it takes it away long term. So do you know the things that give you energy? Being in the sunlight, positive thinking, moving your body. These are things that we have to practice if we want to get to our ideal life. Remember, I tell you guys this all the time. This isn't for everybody. Not everyone wants to grow. Not everyone wants to get better. Not everyone wants to be financially independent. Not everybody wants to have time freedom. Not everybody wants to have great relationships. They might wish that they had those things, but they don't really want them. If you really want them, then you start changing the things that are allowing you not to get there. You start focusing on the things that are taking your energy away and the things that are able to give you energy. Moving your body is a good one. Motion creates emotion, right? So the more that you move your body, the more that you laugh, the more that you sing. This is why, right, if you get into any like holistic therapy spaces, therapeutic spaces, especially I've seen this a lot for like women, they always say, right, go out and like start like dancing. Just dance. Like women naturally, and men too, but women naturally, right, like to move their bodies. Why? Because it creates energy in you. Just turning on music. And when's the last time, ladies, if you've done this, right, just turn on music in your living room or whatever and just let your body go. Just dance. Just be free. It'll create energy in you. You'll have energy after that. Why? Because it's the motion, it's the movement. These are things we have to be mindful of, and I don't think we're always mindful of the small things that make big differences in our lives, right? It's the small things that make the big differences. Call it the 80-20, right? 20% of the things that give you 80% of the results. The few things that bring you the most results. Things like this. Being able to move and create energy. In the text, the 177 Mental Toughness Secrets, they talk about this rate of vibration. right? And it'll tie into this energy conversation that we're talking about. They in the book, it comes from a little bit more of a right sales perspective or a performance perspective. If you're a leader, if you're a manager, if you're running a team of people, those types of things. But I want you to take this in because this, again, success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. So whether you apply this in your family life, right, in your relationships, with your kids, at your job, in your business, like whatever it is, right? You got to learn how to raise your level of vibration. Let me break this down, what it says in the book. It says, the average performer spends little time analyzing her own performance. Once she reaches a level of competence that satisfies her job requirements, ongoing analysis and improvement are no longer a priority. The world class is constantly analyzing, critiquing, and giving themselves feedback. One of the things a professional performer pays close attention to is her level of attraction to other people, especially prospects and customers. At Mental Toughness University, we call it rate of vibration, or ROV. The concept of ROV is simple. It's a combination of the mental and physical energy being projected from one person to another. You might call it charisma in action. The 5 components of ROV are energy, enthusiasm, confidence, belief, and clarity. The sum total of these components is your ROV. At Mental Toughness University, we ask our sales and management clients to track their ROV on a scale of 1 to 1,000 before and after every sales call or coaching session. The purpose is to convince the performer a high ROV creates greater attraction and response from the prospect to customer. Then we show them how to raise their ROV in seconds. Professional performers have been using this concept for years, falls under various names. The bottom line, the pro always contemplates what she thinks about in performance situations, and implementing strategies and techniques such as ROV creates better results. No matter where she is in her career, a champion is borderline obsessed with improving. She continues to learn new ideas and ways of improving her performance. Meanwhile, the middle-class performer is still doing things the way she was 20 years ago. The difference is more about consciousness than anything else. If we are in the game in life to be able to improve, to grow, that's what we're here on these calls for, to grow, to learn, to become better. You have to become a better version of yourself, a different version of yourself in order to get the life that you're asking for. You, me, all of us, we have to become better versions of ourselves in order to get the life that we're asking for. If you're asking for great relationships, you have to become better. If you're asking for more financial success, you have to become better. Better health, you have to become better, right? Like, you control all of this. So if we're constantly thinking about getting better results, learning, growing, improving, becoming more productive, we have to take into account some of these things. Here's how they break that ROV down. And again, they're talking about it from a sales perspective, which some of you are in sales, right? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, sales is just influence. Don't ever let anyone turn you off from the word sales. Sales is influence. If you sell, you influence someone to do something for their benefit. If you have raised a child, you are great at sales. Why? Because you've had to influence them to do the right things in life. You've had to influence them to eat their vegetables. You've had to influence them to watch the company they keep. You've had to influence them. How did you do it? Sometimes it was with your words. Sometimes it was with behavioral modification. Like, somehow you figured out how to sell them on doing the right thing and becoming good human beings. Sales is not the used car salesman. It's influence. And if you have the ability to influence people for their good, right, then you have an opportunity to really do big things in the world. Every leader, every religious organization, everything has people that influence other people. So this is what influence is talking about. This is how you raise your rate of vibration. Starts with energy. It starts with your energy. So on a real basic level, you're making a phone call to someone. How's your energy? How's your energy level when you're making a phone call? When you are talking to your child, how's your energy? When you're trying to lead the person at your job, if you're in a management position, how's your energy? You're a teacher, you're trying to teach your students. How's your energy? Mental, physical, and spiritual energy. We need energy in all the areas. So Tony Robbins talked about if that's where we got to start and say, okay, well, I need to I need to get more energy. Well, start with moving your body. Start with doing something that changes your movement so that it creates energy. On top of that, how you eat, right? Sleep and all the stuff, right? Like it adds to the energy. But you got to know that you being mindful of the fact that you got to move yourself to create energy will start that process. Now, here in the book, it talks about then the next step is having enthusiasm. Successful people are the most enthusiastic people alive. No matter what you are trying to influence someone to do, you have to have enthusiasm. If you're not excited about it, they're not going to be excited about it. If you're not excited about teaching your children something, they're not going to be excited about it. If you're not excited and have enthusiasm with your partner or your spouse, they're not going to be enthusiastic about wanting to go out with you or doing those things. So then adding that enthusiasm. Third thing is confidence. We all could use a little more confidence. We could all use a little more confidence. Again, in a sales perspective, do you have confidence in yourself, confidence in your business, confidence in your product, like confidence in what you're doing? Really, the self-confidence part plays out in all the areas of our life. How do you build self-confidence? We've talked about this on other calls. Keep the small promises you make to yourself. You've lied to yourself too long in life. That's why we lower our self-confidence. You said you were going to be a millionaire by 42 and you're not. So you lied to yourself, right? You said you were going to lose some weight and you didn't. So you lied to yourself. You said you were going to be better in a certain area and you didn't. So you've lost bits of confidence in yourself, in your word. It's all of us. But how do you build up that confidence again? You keep small promises. You say you're going to wake up at 7, you wake up at 7. You say you're going to jump on every single morning mindset call, you jump on every single one. You say you're going to go to the gym 5 days a week, you go to the gym 5 days of the week. Whatever you tell yourself, start to follow through on your word. We call that integrity. Doing what you say you're going to do even when no one's watching. That's how you build confidence in self. Then you got to have belief. Again, could be belief in a product, could be belief in self, could be belief in the results that you get. Belief is a mind, right? It's a thought process, right? So we change our thinking, we change our life. If you change what you believe about something, you'll get different results. And the last thing on here is clarity. How clear are you with what the outcome is, with what the payoff is, with what your vision is for why you're doing these things, for what you are influencing someone, whether it be, again, a salesperson or a child or your spouse. How clear are you on the vision of what you're selling them, of what you're influencing them to do? This in the book is how you raise your rate of vibration. If you focus on these things, it's energy plus your enthusiasm, plus confidence, plus belief, plus clarity. If you have all of those things in line and you put all of those things together, you will raise your rate of vibration. You know what happens when you raise your rate of vibration? You attract good things in your life. You attract good people in your life. You attract good circumstances in your life. That's what happens when you raise your rate of vibration. If you're very low on all of these, if you have low energy and low enthusiasm and not a lot of confidence and not a lot of belief, and you're not very clear on what's happening or where you're going in life, well, your rate of vibration is very low. So guess what you're going to attract? The opposite, right? You're gonna not attract the good things. You're not gonna attract the good people. You're not gonna attract the best opportunities. You're not going to, because you haven't taken an account on you and the things you can control. You know what's funny about this? These are all things we control. You know how we talk on these calls about the external versus the internal, how nothing external from you should be able to, right, determine what's internal. It's an internal game. Well, all these things you control. No one else controls your energy, your enthusiasm, your confidence, your belief, your clarity. There's nobody else. Somebody might have influenced it in the past. Somebody might have helped, influence your belief system in the past or weakened your confidence in the past. But currently, right now, by you taking ownership of your life, you control all of these things. That means if you want to get better, if you want to improve, if you want to see your life change, you can change it because it doesn't take anything else, doesn't take anybody else. But if we can focus on these things, your energy, your enthusiasm, your confidence, your belief, and your vision, your clarity, I promise you'll start to get to the life that you want. Remember, progress equals happiness. Can you make improvements in these areas this weekend? I know it's Friday. I know people are thinking about taking off the weekend and hanging out and seeing friends and watching football now and doing all this stuff. But are you focused on getting to the life that you want? Are you focused on getting to the life that you want? If you are, then you'll focus on these things this weekend. You'll focus on your energy. You focus on how enthusiastic you are and your confidence level. All of these things are internal, ladies and gentlemen, and you can go out and you can change this today. Today, you can change this. It doesn't take long, it doesn't take forever. You just have to be mindful of all of these areas and watch how your life changes. I love you guys. I want y'all to win. You deserve it. Your families deserve it. You just got to apply this information. I started this call off by saying, hey, let's not just be hearers of this, let's be doers of it. How are you going to raise your energy level this weekend? It's probably not by, if you've had low energy, it's probably not by what you've been doing. Probably got to do some other things. Let's focus on the energy level. Let's focus on our enthusiasm. Let's focus on our clarity. Let's focus on all these things so that we can get to the life that we desire. It's not just going to fall in your lap, ladies and gentlemen. You got to go work for it. But the good thing is you can change and you can get there. You got to believe. You got to have the belief, right? One of those things. You got to have the belief that your life can change. And we're here to make it happen with you. So again, go out this weekend, do something that scares you, do something that pushes you out of your comfort zone, focus on some of these things, apply these things in your life, and watch your life change. I love you guys. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk soon.